Just a little more. We're going to use the chair today, like we normally do. If I can get this silly thing to work for me this morning. There we go. And I'm taking my shoes and socks off so you can see my feet a little bit easier. My goodness. Good morning, Nicole. Those over there. One moment. Yeah. I wasn't going to kick on lights because I wanted to kind of keep it a little bit low so there's a little less stimulus. I'm going to kick on at least one set of lights. Sometimes it really helps a lot when you keep things a little on the darker side when you're trying to get body movement. It helps you focus on what's important, right? Start there and kick this down. And I'm going to be playing with the camera a little bit today because I'm closer than I normally am. Oh, come on. What if my batteries are going dead? They are going dead. I'll let me back this up just a tad bit so you can see my back. There we go. The chair's at the front of the mat. See it with me. We're going to start off with elephant walks. Nothing harsh, right? I'm holding on to the side of the chair because I don't want my wrist to go flat quite yet. Hips over heels. I will just a nice and easy stretch out. Add a little bit of those legs and hips. Pulling your belly button up toward your spine. Releasing the tension out of your low back. I think it's interesting as we age. I say that phrase a lot lately. As we age, the changes our body goes through. Like you can injure yourself by going to bed and sleeping. It's silliness. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. We're going to bend our knees and round our bodies out. Open up the chest and stretch open the back. Open up the chest and stretch open the back. Couple more, please. Last one. We're going to go right back down, flat back. Here we go again. Elephant walks. Try and really push the hip back. Push the hip back. So I really am kind of locking out my knees here, right? Finding that stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Roll up. Right foot's going to go in the chair. I'm glad I took my socks off. You can really see my feet now. I don't want to try to go around my leg. I'm going over the top of my leg, pulling the hips back and coming up. Pull the hips back and come up. Keep your abdominals pulled up and in. So what I feel, when I clip and I pull, I can feel my tricep and into my lat and upper back lengthen out. I also feel into my hip a little bit. And I'm trying to pull through my belly. One more on this side. And switch. And again, reach, pull back and through, and come up. Just kind of rocking those hips back, finding those low back muscles. The more I do, the more the different areas I'm getting into now, which is quite nice. Do a couple more for me. Last one, I should say a couple more for yourself, because these feel pretty good. Nice, put the foot back on the floor. Feet are squared up, hip width apart. Hands in the chair. Here's your elephant walks again. And again, I'm not going far back with my feet, hips over heels. Just press through, press through. You should feel like you have more movement up into the hip area. Again, pull your abs away from the floor. 4, 3, 2, one more. And knees roll up. Here we go again, right foot in the chair. Instead of going over the top and hinging, right, I'm going to cartwheel like that. Cartwheel to the side and come back up. Now make sure things are tight because you're going to kind of throw yourself off balance. And when I just did that, my hip goes pop, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. There's no pain. It's just things are starting to move and loosen up. Ready? So to the side, come up. To the side. And when I'm doing that, I'm taking my right hip to the back corner of the room. Back corner of the room. Back corner of the room. I know it's very glamorous. Go one more. Nice. We're going to up and we're going to switch. Here we go, the other side. Push the hip. So I want to take this hip to the corner of the room. Corner of the room. Now you can tell which hip's tighter, right? Trying to loosen those bad boys up this morning. Let's do one more. And come up. I just want you to walk. I'm going to go walk over and grab my drink. Just walk. Loosen up the hips a little bit. Walking is an amazing little thing. When people have hip surgery, hip replacement, walking is their rehab basically. Getting those hip joints to move again. All right. So I've been pretty close to the chair with for my elephant walks. I'm going to start backing it up a little bit because things are a little more lubricated. And it took us roughly about 10 minutes to get there. Bend, reach. Now I'm going to go for more of a bend in the wrist. And again, hips over heels. I have pressure in my hands, but it's not like overwhelming. Abs are pulled up and in. Again, elephant walk. And now I have that big stretch again in the back of the legs. OMG, do I have a stretch in the back of my legs? Woo. Keep breathing. Concentrate. Be very purposeful with your moves. 4, 3, 2, last one. The knees roll up And again, you should have felt all of this. I'm going to take my left foot back. Make sure you're on railroad tracks. So when I pick up my foot, I go straight back from that hip joint and I set it down. And I'm trying to make sure my feet, they down, my toes are at 12 o'clock, right in front of me. Pull your abs in. We're going to tuck the tush, release. Tuck the tush, release. That's the whole move right now. Tuck and release. So when I tuck, I feel that hip flexor. And tuck and release. And this week, this 4 days of this week, I've done a lot more stretchy mobility things just because I've kicked my own tush and I've been sore. And this feels actually super good. Like I have a stretch, but it's not horrible. One more. Gather your feet. We're going to switch. Again, make sure you're on railroad tracks or skis. Toes are straight forward. Pull your belly in, and all we're doing is tucking and releasing. Tuck and release. Tuck and release. When my foot back is firing up, this is the move I actually do. I try and release my hip flexors a little bit more, making my abs wake up. And it really helps lengthen out my back and make my glutes do what they're supposed to do. Let's do 3, release, 2, release, one more, and come up, right? So now you're feeling the front, not just the back and the sides. Going right back to those elephant walks, and again, I'm staying a little bit further from the chair. Soften your knees, hold on to the chair, hips over heels, here we go. Push back, push back. Pull your abs up and in. So when I did this the first time, when we were closed, it was biting. And then when we moved back the first time, it was biting. And now it's like, I feel the stretch, but it feels amazing. 4, 3, 2, last one. Bend knees, roll up. So I'm just keep adding, right? I just keep adding. Left foot goes straight back. Everything's squared up, 12 o'clock. So we're going to tuck hold, right? Bend the back knee. Bend the back knee. And I'm trying to stay tucked here. My foot just turned on it. There we go. Boom. So you're going to feel it in that ankle. Find the stretch in the ankle. Couple more. Last one. Come up, switch. And again, toes are straight ahead. Tuck the tush. Bend the back knee. Bend the back knee. I have a mirror right in front of me, so if you catch me staring forward, I'm actually making sure my body stays in alignment because my foot, that especially my right foot, wants to cheat. It wants to toe out. I don't want it to toe out. I want it to learn to stretch straight forward because that's how we walk, right? Let's do one more. Have a seat for just a minute. You're like, yes, please, thank you. Roll, roll, roll. Oh my goodness, pop, pop, pop. Feel like Rice Krispies right now on my ankles, but they're just loosening up. Hands down, pull your navel in, soft knees. I'm going to use my left foot because it's the closest. I'm going to point my toes back, so the nail side of my toes are on the floor. Now, there's no pressure. I'm going to pull forward, pull forward, pull forward, pull forward. And my goal is for my shin to touch the chair. And then I'm going to do it again. Pull your abs in. Keep your toes curled under, right? And again, I don't have pressure on that foot. It's just enough to keep my toes curled under. Pull your abs, pull your abs, pull your abs, pull your abs, pull your abs. We're gonna do one more. Nice and easy. When I get here, I feel the full tuck, I feel stretch in my back, and, well, my foot doesn't stretch as much now, but the top of my foot into my ankle. We're gonna do a little bit more of that today, of opening up the front side of your ankle, not just the back and sides. Same concept. Point your toes, put the nail side of your toes on the floor. I actually have more of a stretch on my left leg than my right. So I'm just going to keep my toes curled under and bring the knee, bring the knee, bring the knee up and forward. And take it right back. Do it again. Pull through and touch. 2 more. Pull through and touch. 1 more. Pull through. We're going to hold this one. Hold. Really pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. And up rest. So our abs are having to do a big contraction to pull the leg through, and we're stretching the top of the foot. Finding that mobility. I'm going to move my chair to the side. I'm going to do the same thing, except instead of pulling from here to here, we're going to stand up and do this. All right? So my toes are already curled under, obviously my knees forward. And I'm just gonna take and keep and now I have pressure on my toes, by the way. And I'm trying to get that low leg to be straight up and down, perpendicular to the floor. And I'm pushing through, driving my heel forward through the top of my ankle. And I have a huge stretch. And then I'm gonna roll over and pull the foot back. Other foot, toe under, and again, we're just going to take it forward, and again, if I don't push, this is what it looks like. When I push, this is what I look like. I'm pressing that heel forward, and again, nice and tall. Stretching that top of the foot into your shin and ankle, and curl it, come flat. Ready? Take it forward. Now add a little more down pressure here. Oh my goodness, right? Hello. Where I'm feeling this is actually up in here. Other foot. Now, if you've broken your foot, which by the way, I have broken my left, you might not have a great range of motion in your feet and ankles, and a lot of it might be a lot of scar tissue because back in the day, we didn't worry about it so much. I hate saying it that way. All right, we're going to have a seated. And roll. I still have a pop, but it's not like whatchamacallit, what is this stuff called? Bubble wrap, right? Now I just get an occasional tendon rolling over. And it should feel better. So open and close your toes. That is just a great thing to do all the time. You see babies curling their toes and spreading their toes and stuff. It's a good thing to do. It lengthens everything out. All right, back to the chair. I think the chair is a wonderful thing when you're working mobility. It takes the scary out of it, first of all, and if you're not afraid that you're going to fall or hurt yourself, you're more apt to do the technique properly. So we've done these on the floor. You can do them on the wall, and we've done them in the chair as well. Hands. So I actually like rolling into my fist, right, and then pressing away. That's first and foremost. pulling my abs. Arm, elbow's gonna stay out, and I'm going to fold my body into my bicep and come up. And where I'm going to feel is my back. Pull your abs up and in. Just rotating up and down, nice and easy. Because now the back of our legs are pretty well stretched out and feel pretty good. Our hips are pretty mobile. Give me a couple more. Now we can start adding body parts. How about that? And let's switch. And again, I'm using the back of my fingers, and then I press out for shoulder stability. And we're gonna fold in, and I'm leaving that right elbow off to the side. And the more I do this, the more I straighten my legs, because now I can feel even down in my hips when I do this. Because I've woke everything up. Pull your abs, protect your back. Let's do one more. And up. When I stand up, I actually feel more into the back of my legs than my back, because everything feels loose and I can get into it a little deeper. Go ahead and grab a drink. We're moving right along today. All right, so I want to be at the side of the chair. And I always like to have the floor slick because it's a dance floor, right? So I always like standing on a mat so I feel secure. I'm going to call my feet, so we'll go from there. How about that? My right hand is on the back of the chair. My left foot is on top of the chair. And it's definitely at the front side of it because I want to have space here. My toes are at 12 o'clock. Everything's at 12 o'clock, same direction. My knee is, my standing leg, my right leg is soft. It is not locked out by any means. So I'm gonna hinge over and I'm using the chair of my leg as a guide. And then I'm kind of pressing out with my arms. I feel kind of like a bulldog. How about that? Pull your abs up and in. What I'm feeling is my left hip. A little bit of my right low back. So I'm going to lean against the back of the chair with that right arm, stabilize that right shoulder, go ahead and swing up and through and hold. Oh my goodness, now I feel my love handles, my obliques. Whew. And swing down through, and swing up, nice and easy, and bring it right back down. And swing up, and back down. We're gonna do one more. Hands on your knee and back of the chair, roll up, bring the leg down. You might want to move a little bit because you're going to feel that hip joint go, oh, right? Flip the chair around. Same thing, different side. Foot in the chair, make sure it's on the outside. Again, I'm just creating space. Before you go anywhere, put your abs in, right? Protect, come on down. And again, I'm tracking with my leg in the back of the chair with my elbows. Once I'm here, I'm pushing out, and I can feel my right hip joint already, my right inner thigh. And I'm just allowing it to say, fine, and we'll stretch. Now, push away, find your stability in that left shoulder, lock it in, ready? Open and hold here. And again, allow your right hip to stretch. And bring it down. And here we go, up and down. Find the stretch and bring it down. Find the stretch and bring it down. Lovely job. Let's do one more. And hands on the back of the chair, your knee, roll up, bring the foot down, and again, move that hip a little bit, because sometimes when we're doing things like that, like we're doing more the mobility aspect upstairs, but doing an isometric downstairs, things get tight, even though we're stretching. But right now, it's like everything's very loose, loosey-goosey, and we like that. Should feel like you can fold forward and open your chest like we were doing early at the beginning, top of the hour. Like things should feel nice. We like feeling nice. Okay. I'm putting the chair to the side of the mat, because I want it there for my security. How about that? Now, your lunge is your lunge. That's all I can say. So we're going to start in one of the positions we were in earlier. Stepping that right foot back. My heel is on the floor right now. Front knee is bent. We're going to take that bow first. Now, I'm thinking about a flat back. I'm pulling my abs in. Go ahead. Oh my goodness, straighten. Feel the hamstring bend. That's where we're headed to, right? Keeping that back heel on the floor. And you're like, but we loosened up those hamstrings. I know we did. But now we just get a little deeper. We're in a wider stance. Okay. I'm going to leave the knee bent. I'm going to pick up the back heel. Take a peek back. Make sure your toes are at 12 o'clock and you can't see your heel. Putting my forearm in the chair. Hand goes to the floor on the inside track. That's all we're doing for a minute. Back heel, my right foot. Reach for the floor, come up. Reach for the floor, come up. Reach, come up. Reach, come up. One more. Nice. This time we're going to straighten the front knee as the right heel goes on the floor. Straighten it, rock it forward. We're just rocking back and forward, finding the stretch. And again, I can use my hand and arm on the floor in the chair, and it feels a little easier to do. Go one more. Hand underneath, gather your feet, roll up. Okay, when I say easier to do, I should say more secure and safe. Because I'm telling you that hamstring was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I want you to move better, honey. That's what I want. All right, I'm going to move to the end. So again, big straddle position. So this has a lot to do with your ankles and your calves as well. Like as soon as I got here, my left calf said, hold it, right? Go ahead and bend your knee, right? Finding that stretch in the back of your leg. Here's your hinge point, right? So a lot of times when we do this, we're here, we collapse. I'm trying not to collapse. Does that make sense? And now that my left calf is happier, front knee stays bent, and we're going to pick up the heel and set it down. Pick it up and set it down. I'm just saying you can move, you can move, you can move, right? One more. We're Bring it down. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Nice. Keeping that back heel on the floor. So when I go to a warrior type position with my feet, I can feel that back calf going, oh wow. And I can definitely feel that hamstring. Here we go. Go ahead and just rock. Rock, rock, rock. So I hear everything. And let's gather and come up. Woo. Let your head get on straight for a minute. Sometimes it takes a moment. And I think we're going to call it a class today. I am not here tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. I hope that you will be celebrating and having a beautiful day, whether you spend it by yourself or with family and friends. Just have a great time. I hope you feel better. Like, I feel like I can move it out. I was a little stiff this morning. I think that's about it. Drumming class on Monday, and hey, happy July.